Alright, guys, so this is another comic review from a comic that was sent to me by my good friend Chris, aka the Mount Vernon Kid. Chris, thank you once again. And today we're going to be reviewing the Aquaman The Flash Voidsong. This was a comic written by Colin Kelly and Jackson Lanning, with art by, I'm going to butcher this, Vasco Grigoriev and Rain Barredo. Oh, God, I apologize. I'm butchering names left and right. So, what is Aquaman the Flash Voidsong? It was a mini-series that came out roughly around the same time as, like, the Aquaman Green Arrow crossover, team-up. And basically, these were meant to celebrate the 60th anniversary of Aquaman, as well as the Flash and Green Arrow. So, I was interested in this because when often do you see Aquaman and the Flash team up in solo adventures? Even in Brave and the Bold comics, they never did that. So it's kind of cool to see Barry and Arthur go on a solo adventure and fight an alien invasion. So what is the story? So the story is... Actually, I'm going to talk about something real quick because continuity-wise, this is kind of fucked. Because, like, the first opening chapter is Barry battling the Rogues Gallery, but it's treated like this is the first time they've done this. And it's like, okay, maybe this is earlier in the continuity. And then Arthur accuses Barry of altering the timeline, and they bring up Flashpoint. And I'm like, Flashpoint was a while ago, so what's the deal here? What's this continuity? I don't get it. But more or less what it is that Barry and Arthur are the last two conscious people when an alien race called the Voidsong arrive on Earth and inert the whole planet. And basically their whole thing is that they consume kinetic energy. They're actually predators of the Speed Force. They hunt down and eat the Speed Force that is reached out across the universe. Because it's not just our Earth that has the Speed Force, apparently. Every planet in the cosmos has the Speed Force. Which actually, now that I think about it, was kind of something Grant Morrison brought up during his little stint, as well as Mark Waid, that the whole universe has the Speed Force. So this race is basically hunting and eating the Speed Force wherever it is, and he may be thinking, well, why haven't these guys shown up? And they actually bring that up in the comic of why haven't they shown up sooner, and there's a reason for that, and it's Arthur's fault. I'm not going to spoil what he did, but he did something that actually attracted the Voidsong to Earth. What I really like in here is the juxtaposition between Barry and Arthur, because they're teammates. They're not really like major friends. They're more like work buddies, where they're just kind of like, hey, what's up? And even then, that's tenuous at best. The two of them have like this buddy cop kind of persona that the two of them are just trying to get along for the sake of saving their planet. Like, that's really what it is to them. Is like, yeah, we're members of the Justice League, and you and I are the only people who can stop this alien race from killing everything. And they also play around with the whole thing of Barry and Arthur are some of the only one of the superheroes that are married. They actually bring up Iris and Mara a lot, and the dichotomy between their two relationships. It's actually very heartwarming to see. Like, it's a very heartwarming image to see the two of them, like how Barry and Iris carry on their relationship and the strains of him being the Flash, as well as Arthur and his marriage to Mara, who is trying to remind him, you don't have to do the superhero shit all the time. You're a king. You need to be here. I can't keep covering for you, Your Majesty. So that's really, I really do like that they're, like, at the end of the day, they're just a couple of guys who just want to, who really love their wives. The artwork is really great. I really like kind of the amorphous form of the Voidsong. There you go. That's kind of what they look like. It actually, how they talk also reminds me a lot of Null, and I feel like Lansing and Kelly and Lansing took some ideas from Cates when making them, because they talk about, like, the void is everything, we are the void, there is no light, and I'm like, did y'all just take notes from Donny Cates when you were making these characters? Was that the idea here? Was that what you were trying to do, was take some notes from Donny Cates and Null? The action is very well done. I actually really do like how and I know this is going to sound weird, how kinetic the art is. and how fast-paced it can be. But it's also fun to see how these kind of moments that Lansing and Kelly do, where it very much humanizes the two characters that usually don't really work together a lot. This is more of a, hey, we are teaming up. We've never really been friends, but this time around we're actually gonna like work together and figure out like how to handle this. What's also interesting is that this comic is 3 issues long, but they're 3... I don't understand this. I've never seen this. Is that it's 3 issues, and all 3 issues are, like, giant-sized. It's 3 giant-sized issues as opposed to, like, it's a 5-issue miniseries. So, I don't know what that's all about. I don't know if it was, like, why it was given why this comic in particular was given, like, 3 prestige issue comics to tell its story. But, having said that, if you're a fan of The Flash and Aquaman and want to see, like, a fun team-up of them fighting an alien force, go right ahead. The continuity makes no goddamn sense, but that's the part of the course of DC. All in all, this was a lot of fun. If you enjoy The Flash and Aquaman, or if you want to see, like, a Brave and the Bold-esque team-up, here you go. Here's your comic. But other than that, hope y'all enjoyed this. Chris, thank you once again for this comic. And other than that, hope y'all enjoyed this review. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.